Hi everybody, Mike here again. I'm going to do another video using the Smithy 1220 LTD combo mill lathe. I don't really check my YouTube videos that often, but I just got an email from them telling me that one of my Smithy videos hit 10,000 views. And I said, wow, that's neat that we have this to use, and hopefully these videos are helpful to people interested in purchasing this machine. I've had it for over a year now, and I have used it quite a bit. Despite its inconsistencies, I have to say that it has worked for me. It's done what I needed it to do. Again, I was in a position where what you're seeing here is the only room I had, so it was impossible to get a separate one, which, as I said in my other videos, I would highly recommend. But again, it's worked for me. I can't really complain too much. Once you get around the inconsistencies and figure out little ways to get around it, it's actually a halfway decent machine. So one of the things I'm making, I'm kind of midway into this, so I'm going to take off from where I'm at. This I do a lot. I make these little plates, little electrical connectors here. It's just some couplers that I use in one of the products that I make. And I mill the plate on the Smithy. This kind of stuff is where it's really, where the machine is really good. This doesn't need to be that accurate, and I do it consistently. I do maybe 10, 15 a year, but it's not enough to farm it out because the setup fees would kill the price. And also they're fun little projects, weekend stuff, and when I have some downtime. So everything always starts with a drawing. Basically, measured everything up using a basic two-dimensional drawing program in the PC. I went ahead and drew this little piece, did a mock-up, make sure everything works, and then finalized the drawing. And here you can see it with all the X and Y coordinates on it. And I used the DRO to help me make the plate manually. So all the holes were different sizes. So basically what I do, and the operation's already done, I have it in here. I'll use an 1/8 inch bit and just do a pilot for all the holes, and then I'll come back to the drill press using the unibit and just bring them all up to size. So what I'm really interested in showing everybody is milling out the little openings for the RJ connectors. And what you can see here is I have two lines, inside line and an outside line. The inside line is actually my centering for the bit, and the outside line is the final cut compensating for the bit diameter, which is 3/16. One of the bigger problems with this machine is this mill head has a lot of play in it. The further down we go, the more play it has. So keeping the head as close up as possible is your best option. So in other words, bringing your work height up as close to the head. It would be great if we could lock the head out and bring the work up to it, but it's kind of an impractical situation. So I've come up with a little way that works really well. I've been doing this over and over again, and this is probably the main reason for this video. The only adjustment that we have for this play in the head is a set screw, which is basically right here. And that set screw is just that. It's just a steel set screw that looks like it's been hand machined and the end hand ground. It rides in that little slot right there that you can see. And what I found is if I have the head all the way up and I adjust it there, as I bring it down, I just keep getting more and more backlash the further down I get, or more and more play the further down I get. So it's either tapered or something, I don't know. So the solution that I came up with, you can see that I have this little screw in here, and there's some threaded holes up underneath. So I have different lengths depending on how far down the head is going to be. And I'll set my bit height. So basically I put that in, bring it up till it hits, and then I'll set my bit height just above my work. Then at that point I will get this snug, and that'll take out all the play at this point. Now you don't want to tighten it too much that you can't move the head, so you want to try to find that happy medium where it's tight enough that all the play is gone, but loose enough where you can still move the head up and down using this little hand knob. It works really, really well. I've done this over and over again, and it's never failed me, especially when you're doing plunging with an end mill. With the play that was in there, it would basically wobble all over the place. Same thing with a drill bit. So this has really made the work decent. It's an easy, quick fix without having to rip the machine apart and figure out where the backlash is, which I kind of figure would probably be a disaster anyway. So anyway, so where I'm at right now, I already have my plate in there with all the pilot holes drilled, and really what I wanted to show you was the milling operations. It's going to be a two-part video. I really can't talk when the machine's running because you couldn't hear me, so in the second video I'll actually do the milling and then show you the finished plate. What I have here is I have my plate locked in my vise already. I've already found my center point and zeroed everything out on the DRO, which I gotta say, this thing for the money, you know, $140 or whatever it was, it's been invaluable. I mean, you just couldn't do these things on this machine without it, and it's really made the difference. I also recently purchased this Pro Stop for a 4-inch vise. It's the single-sided one. I have to tell you, I was going to make one of those. Absolutely beautifully done piece for $50. It's just not worth it. It comes with a much longer rod here, so you can actually set pieces further away from the vise, but highly recommend it. Just perfect for doing stuff like this. So from here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to set the camera up on the mill. I'm going to switch the bit out to my 3/16 end mill, and then I'll go ahead and mill out the openings, and then we'll finish up. So there it is, and let's do it.